Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to your favorite show, They Said It, English podcast. This is your host, Gayathri Raju, and I am back with another interesting topic today. During the day, we spend most of our time at work. That is why it is important to have a well organized work life. To be able to enjoy our job, there are certain factors like we need to have good colleagues. The work should be challenging. A nice work environment is needed. Learning and growth opportunities are important. There are certain factors like this. Only then we can say that a perfect life and work balance is achieved. Right? So today in our episode, we are going to discuss an important situation at our workplace, that is dealing with difficult colleagues. So without any delay, let's go ahead and see different ways to stay diplomatic at your workspace, with your colleagues, with your boss, and moreover, different ways to survive in tough situations at workspace. Let's go ahead. Not everybody is lucky enough to have a great workspace. There could be some days where your boss has made your life a living hell. There could be days where you have to deal with unprofessional and inefficient colleagues, right? What do you do about such situations or such people? Maybe you see two options, fight or flight. If you choose to fight, you have to have certain things in mind, like who are you fighting with? What is your position in relation with the other person? And lastly, what are the fight consequences? Are you really ready to face them? So these are all the things that you need to keep in mind before choosing your option. If you think you have all the answers to these questions, go ahead and solve the problem in your own way. If you think you are going to choose flight option, the later one, the flight mechanism to solve the issue, it means that you are planning to escape. Yes, you would surely not want to work with an unpleasant colleague, right? If you think this is a practical thing to do in your situation, go for it. This doesn't mean that you have to leave your job immediately and start applying elsewhere. You can also consider different options like changing your team or talking about this with another senior colleague or something, where they can give their valuable suggestions to you. Rather than regretting on your hasty decisions, it is always nice to have a kind of a short buffer time where you can test the situation under different conditions. In today's episode, I am going to talk about the ways to survive in tough situations at workplace. Firstly, focus on your self-development. Learn the ways to cope up with the situation. Think about getting the most out of it. Focus on your self-development and start learning something new. Improve your new skills. Add something important for your profile. It could be preparing for certifications or attending new workshops, learning something new, or getting to a different technological background. Anything that can help you to work in an efficient manner. This not only helps you to deviate from all these mishappenings, but also makes you a more deserving candidate for your next position or for your next job. Most of the time, complaining, fighting, or discussing your problems at various places with various people may only lead to more pressure rather than giving you a concrete solution. Secondly, look for support. You may have a problem with one or two people from your team. There are more sweet and nice people out there. Check it out. Make new professional relationships with them. Reach out to such nicer colleagues who work in other teams and try to understand what they work with and try to understand and learn their needs. Give a helping hand to them so that you develop synergy. For instance, if you work in the marketing team, try to reach out to people in the content team. Explain what you do to create value to the company. Check if they need any help that needs a competence that you have. This not only gives you an opportunity to learn new things, but also improves your ability to work cross-functionally. Isn't it a cool thing? That's not all. This whole process gets you the support that you need to cope up, and you will be the reason for a healthy work environment. My third tip for you is study the person's behavior. There can be times where you may have to deal with a tough situation with your own boss. This may not be practical for you to change jobs at that point. A perfect example is the COVID pandemic that we all have faced a couple of years back. In such situations, try to understand what is the reason for your boss's behavior. Find out what he likes, whom he admires, etc. For example, is he a family person? Does he like cycling? He loves to watch thrillers? Who is his favorite actor? What are the things that inspires him or her, etc., etc. Try to share thoughts about these things. Be a little bit careful while you do it. Remember to be subtle so that you sound as genuine as possible. If this gets misfired, the situation can become even worse for you. Your co-workers think that you are a creepy flatterer. In this process, we are not trying to gain his or her attention, but we are only trying to make your boss realize the similarities that you have with him or her. This actually works at a subconscious level. I hope these 3 tips can help you in creating your own dream workspace and help to thrive in your job. Before ending today's episode, here is my bonus tip for you. Always remember to stay balanced, especially if the unpleasant situations are with your boss. Accept that he is your boss. You are his employee. This doesn't mean that you allow the other person to take over you. If you feel that your boss is mocking you in front of everyone, just stand up and make your statement to him. If you feel you may confront him, have a personal meeting with him and explain the situation. In such a meeting, there is a high chance of your boss to empathize with you, and if such situation arises in future, the next time he would certainly have you on his positive side. This way, you can not only avoid falling in the power struggles with your boss, but also continue to be in his good books. So this is getting me almost to the end of the episode. With this, we have come to the end, and I hope you like today's episode. This is helpful to you. If you like it, share it across with your friends and family. Keep following the show to get notified about the new releases. Like us on social media platforms and hang on for our new updates. Until I catch up with you in another interesting episode, keep making connections with your roots. This is your host Gayathri Govindaraju signing off. Bye bye.